If you're new to my channel, I make some really stupid videos. For example, this How to Draw series is for comedy purposes only. So, if you're here for fun, look out for this guy in the thumbnails. But, if you're on a quest to become a better artist, as I am, then fear not, because I'm also making videos to help improve your art as well as mine. You may have seen these videos in the past by me, which shows some of my processes, but I thought I could answer your questions and teach more in a regular tutorial series. So strap in, we're going on a learning adventure. I use Photoshop, but these tutorials will apply to pretty much all digital painting softwares out there. To start off with, I thought we'd cover something which is hugely important, sometimes overlooked, and can change the way you work digitally forever. Layers. Layers are great because depending on how you use them, you can speed up your process or you can simplify your workflow for a more traditional feel. Starting with a base layer, if you add in another layer on top, everything on it goes above the base layer. And if you put it on the bottom, everything on it goes beneath your base layer. Easy peasy, a lemon squeezy.
Don't touch me!
For a traditional feel, you can just do everything on one layer, like a canvas. Working like this gives you very little control and you can destroy your entire piece with no going back if you press Ctrl Z too much and run out of undos. Working with layers is simple to understand and can give you a lot of control. Example. Typically you'll start with a background layer. Leave this as the background. You can lock that baby up so you don't draw on it by accident. A very useful little button.
Oh my god, Becky, there is nothing worse than drawing on the wrong layer. Oh my god.
What about child slave labor?
Nothing worse. Oh my god.
I'll sketch on the layer on top of that. I'll put another layer on top of the sketch to clean it up. In comics, this is called inking. You can decrease the opacity of any layer by moving this opacity slider thingy or typing in a preferred value. Lowering the opacity of the sketch layer helps you draw over it, just like tracing paper. If I add a new layer below the ink layer, I can add color without worrying about going over the lines. Quick tip! In Photoshop, you can use the wand tool to select the space in between any closed lines. Going to Select, Modify, Expand, you can make sure that the selection is up to the line work properly and fill in the color as you please. I can add shade by adding another layer on top of the color layer. If I draw the shadow in, I can reduce the opacity as I showed you before to make it less harsh. You can add as many layers as you like. Add highlights, add texture, add more detail. As you add more layers though, the file size will increase and you could slow your computer down. So maybe don't go too crazy. This is essentially the basics of how layers work. In the next video, I'm going to be going into some more advanced layer things, such as layer styles, transparent pixels, masks, clipping masks, and how you can use them in your process. Remember, there are no rules for art, I'm just trying to share some tips I've learned over the years. You can work however you want, explore different processes, experiment, and you'll find the most fun way for you. Any questions? Feel free to ask in the comments or on Twitter @SoulTunes, and I'll do my best to answer them, or even make a video about them. Thanks for watching. See you next time.